21-year-old Jordan Rhodes is pleading guilty to probation violation.
The original charge was a very routine criminal mischief, damaging property charge that, we get, I don't even know how many, but a lot of those. That's not uncommon at all.
Rhodes doesn't have a history of violent crimes, but he does struggle with addiction.
Not every court has deputies in the room, especially when we're talking about nonviolent offenders or low-level types of offenses such as criminal mischief and probation violation.
So it isn't uncommon for defendants involved in nonviolent crimes to appear before a judge not wearing handcuffs.
After Rhodes pleads guilty, Judge Kathleen Corden hands him a 1-year sentence in jail.
The judge said that somebody will be coming up to take you to the jail. And then at that point, that's when everything just went crazy. He really suddenly just blew up.
There's one great way to increase your sentence. That's to curse at the judge. So the judge adds 90 days to his sentence for mouthing off. So this defendant decides the best way to improve his position with the court is to offer the judge a seat.
He walks to the back of the courtroom and he starts grabbing chairs.
The first chair sails straight towards Jeremy Fisk.
I was lucky. It just bounced over to me and hit me in the leg. It wasn't any serious injury. Is this really happening?
Deputy Prosecutor Fisk seems to step back a little bit, but remains in place while this is happening as the judge and her personnel try to scramble away.
My first thought was, hey, I'd want to run off that bench and fight him myself because he's throwing chairs at me. But then you see that he's an individual with some serious issues.
He has addiction problems, and this is all presenting itself in that he can get very violent very quickly.
Really, I think the court reporter probably was in the worst position because the chairs he threw toward her hit her computer. Certainly, things could have gone a lot worse than they did.
There should have been at least one officer in the courtroom or at least in the area at the time.
Rhodes' outburst is over as quickly as it began. He calmly turns himself over to deputies just outside the courtroom and is hauled off to jail.
Rhodes is charged with battery resulting in injury to a public safety officer. And that's because he threw the chair that hit the prosecutor.
Rhodes pleads guilty to the charges and awaits a new sentencing hearing in jail.
But that's not the end of the story, because there's an incident in jail that causes him to come back in court.
6 weeks after he pleads guilty, Rhodes causes another ruckus when he kicks out part of his cell door and hurls the metal rods at jail staff.
That lands him back in court. He's there again to plead guilty. And guess what happens when he's sentenced? He takes it out on the furniture again. He flips the table over.